up? Welcome into your daily Blitz. Oh shit, starting off rough already. Shouldn't have had all those smoked old fashions in Detroit. Oh man, that's a deadly combo. Anyways, it is September 18th, 2025. It is a Thursday also, same time. Uh sorry I missed you guys yesterday. I was flying back from Detroit. And if you know, airports are not like the best place to try and record or call anyone or talk at all. You get some loudmouth on a microphone. Yeah, flight to Cali is rescheduled 10 o'clock, gate E 35. Yeah. How'd you like that in the background talking over me? Yeah, I didn't think so. Anyways, I apologize. We are back today, though. I'm back home in the Seaside Studios. We're talking Ryan Day press conference highlights. We also were joined by Brian Hartline and Matt Patricia. So a three-way action that a dude on dude on dude three-way. What else could you ask for? You can laugh now. It's okay. That's what she said. Anyway, so great time in Detroit. So many drinks were had. I threw up on Saturday morning because I went out with Sean and his buddy Sully, and they made me do a shot of tequila. I tried to warn them. I cannot do that. They also dragged me into a cigar bar. I cannot do that. I do not like going home looking like a catcher's mitt. So, anyways, lots of drinks were had. Lots of steaks were devoured. Yeah. Did not get into any trouble. Did not get in a fight. Bonus. I was in the state of Michigan. Did not swing at anyone or try and trip a guy in a Michigan hat. Did not do that. Did not get in a fight at the Sparty game. I played a couple videos in the Sunday night show this past week, so hopefully you check that out. So Sparty's got a little juice. If Nick Marsh is out, then the juice just went down. But anyway, let's talk about Buckeye football. That's what we're listening to. That's what we're talking about. The national champs going back to back here. Let's talk about it, Ryan Day. So let's talk about Bo Jackson. Ryan Day talked about him right off the top. Bo Jackson's rise, Ryan Day said it doesn't take a veteran coach to recognize talent when you see it. And Bo has talent. Yes, he does. It does not take somebody sitting on their couch to realize it either. Bo Jackson will continue to get more carries as he builds trust. Now, remember in that Grambling game when he got a little loose with the football, diving from the end zone, fumbling it out of bounds, can't have that. But Ryan Day said the more he can take, the more we're going to give him. That's what I say to my girlfriend. Oh, ouch. Oh, yeah. Anyways, red zone issues. Ryan Day admitted that the struggles boil down to execution more than scheme, putting it on the players. Read between the lines here that he's putting it on the execution by the players, whether it's blocking isn't right, quarterback does not see a guy running wide open, hint, hint. So it's not the plays. And that's, you might, as a naysayer, you might want to say, yeah, he's the coach. He designed the plays. He's definitely never going to blame himself. But I think the Ryan Day playbook has been successful for a while. So maybe it is on the players. But Ryan Day said ultimately it's the coach's responsibility. So bringing it back to the coaches in a roundabout way, kind of saying we need to make sure the players realize that you got to throw this ball when Brandon Inniss is wide open in the flat or whoever. Update on Bennett Christian, the tight end injury. Ryan Day said he should be back against Washington. O-line competition. Now, this is kind of bubbled out of nowhere. We did not expect this going into fall camp or even going into week one. But you got Tegra Shabola, the incumbent at right guard. Then Ethan Onianwa, we thought was going to be the starting left tackle all summer long, on all fall camp long. Nope. So these guys are battling for that right guard position. Ryan Day said it's good to have competition. I do think Tegra got better this past game. So why is Tegra, is he in his fourth year? I'm pretty sure it's his fourth year. Why is he just now getting the getting the encouragement of he got better this past game. He started like all of last season, man. I, he should be a seasoned vet right now. He shouldn't be like, oh, we like this guy. He's really showing promise. He could be something someday. No, this is his last year, man. Fuck. So anyway, they're going to keep shuffling these guys back and forth. I did have the PFF grades up, the snap counts from last game. Let me pull those up real quick. Snap counts on offense. Ethan Onyanwa had 14 snaps at right guard, and Tegra had 49. So it's not really a balance there, but just something to monitor, I would say. Then Ryan Day talked about Tywone Malone starting over Edric Houston. Day said, as you saw, we rolled. We continued to roll guys, so rotating. But I thought Tywone took a step in the game. He graded out a champion. So, hey, that's good news. We need more of that. Bring me more Tywone Malone grading out a champion because that helps build that depth, if nothing else. Edric needs to get his shit together. Can't have 2 penalties a game. So if Edric reestablishes himself as the starter there at D tackle, then you got Tywone Malone building confidence, making plays. So as we step up into Big Ten play, we need quality depth behind the starters. So Day also talked about taking the deep shots. He said, I love taking shots. Hey, me too, buddy. Just as long as it's not tequila, like I said earlier. Ryan Day loves shots. Let's figure out what's in his liquor cabinet. Maybe we can get him a bottle or two. But Ryan Day said, but it's not always there. Balance is critical. Exactly my point about taking shots. Balance is critical. You don't need to go high flying with that tequila shot all the time. It does nobody any good. Stick to your vodka, bourbon, whatever. You don't need to go nuts with the tequila shots. Anyways, I think that's what he's saying there. Just me reading between the lines again. Ryan Day also praised Julian Sayin's deep ball accuracy. And Sayin throws a much better deep ball than Will Howard. Remember Will Howard last year? Underthrowing everybody? Shit. But Julian's got the arm to get it there. On the off week, Ryan Day said the team will stay in game week rhythm as far as practice and shit, but we'll use the time for rest and evaluation. This is our first road game, and 3 of our next 4 will be conference road games, so we have to be prepared. Yeah, clearly you want to go in healthy and get ready for some travel. And, the main issue is the sound, the noise, especially on offense, of being in an opposing stadium. So they got to work on if they need to switch to a silent count, which they probably will at Washington. You got to have that shit down pat so you're not getting false starts and heaven forbid turnovers, on a bad snap or something. So yeah, you got to have your shit together when you're going 3 of the next 4 on the road. Then Matt Patricia, defensive coordinator, stepped up and he talked about Caleb Downs and Jaylen McClain, the safeties. He said Jalen's really done a good job of kind of knowing that model. You feel confident you'll get that communication done. So he's saying follow Caleb Downs's lead as far as the communication part, getting people lined up, communicating the defense. Patricia also said he loves the chemistry between Downs, McClain, the linebackers, and Lorenzo Styles Jr., the slot corner. Regarding Kayden McDonald at nose guard, Patricia said, you love to be strong in the middle of the defense, and he is strong in the middle. He's done a great job. So Patricia is really what comes off as a player's coach, don't you think? He really seems like a player's coach. Like he's always praising the players, pumping them up, telling them they're doing a great job, being their cheerleader, So I didn't know that about him. Maybe he's always been that way, but it's more obvious now here at Ohio State. But Matt Patricia on coaching from the field, not from upstairs in the booth, he said, I've always been on the field. I get better communication and better perspective. He praises the video replay in college for quick adjustments. So the iPads that they have on, or the tablets, whatever. on the sidelines lets him see everything in, as soon as it happens. So that's good for offense and defense. The offensive coaches say the same shit. Patricia talked about mixing fronts on the D line. He says he's just trying to get them in the best position to do what they do well. He gave Larry Johnson credit for the technique and development, clearly, being their position coach. On Arvell Reese, Patricia said he has a skill set. He can do a lot of things really well. He has a dynamic pass rush. He's big and long and can run. And remember, Arvell, his freshman year, started with the defensive ends. He was a pass rusher his first year on campus. So then made the move to linebacker, of course. So that's why he has that skill set. On Devin Sanchez, Matt Patricia said he's certainly very gifted athletically. Getting those game reps is critical. If you notice, Sanchez is coming in on third downs a lot as an extra nickel back or a dime back, especially when Lorenzo Styles was out. So that's huge to bring him in and trust him in those key third downs. Patricia talked about the Washington quarterback, Damon Williams Jr. He said that first step ability, he's explosive. He has a strong arm. You think you have him bottled up and he can get out. He also mentioned that he reminds him of Kyler Murray. So I don't know. Maybe not. And Patricia said he talked about coaching in college. He said he loves the role. Hopefully have a positive impact on their lives going forward, of course. So a lot of positive energy coming out of Matt Patricia there. Brian Hartline was up next, offensive coordinator. He talked about the evolution of the tight ends. He said anytime you can be multiple in personnel, you'll ask different reactions from a defense. He praised the tight end room's versatility, and they have 5 starters. And don't forget about Nate Roberts, true freshman. He's your fullback. When they go into an I formation and Sayin is under center, Roberts is the fullback leading the way. That's huge for a freaking freshman. That is a big deal to have the coach's trust that he's going to put his face through some other dude and pave the way for the tailback. So love that. Hartline talked about Brandon Inniss. He said his tool set is vast. He's done a great job in whatever role he's asked. His impact is felt in blocking and execution, even without the targets. Should be noted he had 0 targets last week against Ohio. That's a problem, in my opinion. And I've seen some of the playbacks and some of the film breakdowns. And Inniss was open down there inside the 10-yard line. Sayin just didn't look his way. Anyway, red zone offense, Hartline talked about every time we're in the red zone, we obviously want to score touchdowns, but he acknowledged the growth opportunities for players and staff. And then on play calling, he said, I really enjoyed it. Nothing like getting those live reps. Communication with Ryan Day is transparent. He said, when I'm wrong, I'm wrong. It is what it is. That's my favorite phrase. Is that not the best phrase of all time? It is what it is. Fucking love it. Carve that into a piece of wood and hang it on a wall. So profound, so detailed. Oh, melts my heart. Sarcasm there, folks. Anyway, on Julian Sayin, Hartline said he's grown and done a really good job. Definitely had some learning opportunities every week. Hartline also emphasized the importance of the run game balance to help a first-year starter, get his feet under him. If you can get that running game going, it kind of takes the pressure off the quarterback. Rotating receivers. Haven't seen that in a long time. Anyway, Hartline said he wants to rotate more wide receivers, but admits it's tough while also calling plays. He's confident that the depth will pay off. Well, you do have other coaches, Devin Jordan, he's managing the receivers down on the field. Maybe he should have a stronger role there in rotating. I don't know. I just haven't seen a rotation. Anyway, just thinking out loud. Now, looking ahead, Hartline says he's excited for the road trip to Washington. It's one of the best environments you're going to find on the West Coast. Notice he put in that little caveat at the end, on the West Coast, saying Yeah, it's good for the West Coast, but yeah, doesn't really add up over here in the Midwest and the East Coast. But anyway, that is Ryan Day, Matt Patricia, Brian Hartline, and a little taste of me. Hey, anyway, hope you guys have a good one. Tomorrow we doing best bets. Our schedule's a little off this week because of the bye week coming up. We won't have our 5 keys to a Buckeye victory, and so missing yesterday threw me off and all that shit. Excuses, right? Anyways, hit me up anytime. Call, text, email, subscribe, like, all the stuff, all the things, right? Another good one. All the things. Very descriptive, very detailed. Love it. Anyways, I'll talk to you guys later. Go Bucks.